I'm gonna remove the whole sensor because the jack is really brittle and the sensor is really dirty also. Look at it. Alright, let me get up, see if I can get you a shot of the crank. So that's the crank sensor, right? It looks like it could be from lack of maintenance, I guess, or it could be from a lot of things, right? It could be a faulty sensor, or the sensor eventually starting to break down, right? So let me pop that sensor off and just do my checks real quick. Normally you do a crank sensor you check a crank sensor by cranking it, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Sorry. Oh, you see what happened here? No wonder the sensor wasn't coming out. Whoever changed this before, or changed the engine, they put silicone. You see that gray thing? They put silicone on the jack. I want to know why it's not coming out. Look at it. Oh man, you know they like to do that shortcut work. Alright, let me just see if I can get out without damaging the jack, because I'm really not in the mood to change that out. From the looks of it, it looked like, well, we found a problem. Yeah, whatever mechanic did this, basically they put silicone. They didn't replace the jack, so what they did, they stuck it on, and the jack became too brittle. Look, it's actually breaking in my hand. It came too brittle, and it looked like one of the sensors probably was shortened in the back here, right? Look, you see now that cracking up. So I believe this was the issue. Could have been contributing to the issue, not a faulty sensor, but it could have been the jack wasn't making proper contact in there, right? Which was the red wire, wasn't making proper contact in the sensor. This is the kind of crap work that they do and put you in trouble. So it looked like the red jack wasn't making proper contact in here and causing the vehicle to give you a no start. Yeah, so I'm going to replace this jack, pop it back on, put on the fresh sensor, and this car should be good to go. So it looked like it really was a harness issue. The customer already purchased the sensors, right? Without me telling them to. I told them to do some checks first, but they insist on changing it out. You know, less headache, I guess. So yeah, that looked like that's the problem, that we had a damaged harness that was causing a crank no start sometimes, and yeah, that's it. So let me just fix this back up and pop it back on. I could still do my checks while I'm here, but I don't think it's needed after what I saw. Right, so let's sum that up to, say, a faulty harness issue. Well, harness issue. Right, I repaired the jack. I'm gonna just test it out here. I'm gonna do my test. This is the new sensor. I'm gonna pop that off. I depinned and put on the fresh jack. Let's set the multimeter back up and do our test. Let's make sure that we getting what we're supposed to be getting. But everything was charged real quick. Let's zoom back out, and I'm gonna this in the light. Alright, so let's go to the DMM. We still hooked on to battery negative. Alright, and we're gonna check. We're gonna just check the hold on real quick, I gotta put this piece back on. Alright, so with the key on, engine off, we're gonna just do some quick checks just for reference. We already know that the harness had an issue when it wasn't properly sent proper signal to the crank sensor. So let me see, are you seeing properly? Hold on real quick, see if I can zoom in, or if the light is in the way. Alright, so let's set you all up properly like this, a little back. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do some checks. Key on, engine off. Alright, with the key on, engine off, all I did was the pin, and got it to go in. Let's see what I'm getting. I'm getting 5 volts. I'm getting 0, but 30 millivolt. I'm getting 5 volts. So we're gonna check it with the. So I'm getting 5 volt ground and a 5 volt. Right. I'm gonna pop the crank sensor in. Right, you heard that snap. That means it's properly connected. And let's check the pins to the back. Since we got it up here. So remember, this one was 5. Now I'm getting ground. This is the middle one. I'm getting ground. And this is the next one. Getting 5 volts. So I'm getting ground, 5 volts. So this is how to be my 5 volt ref. Right? This is my ground. This is my signal. So this is so this circuit here seems to be different from the cam. Right? So this is a pull up. No, pull down, sorry. So it starts high and it comes down, where the cam sensor here, I want to check the cam sensor. This is a negative, 0, 0. And most likely this one will be make sure I'm getting proper connection. 0. I'm getting 5. We did our checks on the cam and the crank sensor. You saw we got basically this is a pull down circuit, right, where the voltage will start high and at 5 volts and be pulled down to ground when the car is starting. Right, it's late in the night, you hear the crickets in the background. Yeah, I'm outside here just troubleshooting this car. Right, so what I believe transpired is that it was a harness or connector issue on this vehicle, where they put silicone and whatever else they did because they didn't want to replace the jack. They didn't even put, normally it have a plate that's cover the sensor, that wasn't even there. Right, so put like a heat shield. Right, I want to inform the customer that that wasn't there. Right, probably they did an engine change before. I'm not sure what went on. Right, but yeah, this is what you do. Right, I didn't load the circuit or anything like that. But I wasn't in the mood for it. I just want to do all my checks. So what you gonna do? So as I said, man, thanks for watching. I hope you like what you saw. Continue to, support the channel, share, comment, like, subscribe. You know, let me know where I can improve with my testing. Until next time, take it easy. Alright, we're gonna start the back up again. So, looks like it was a harness issue. Yeah, so call that a fix. So we had a faulty harness issue. I don't know tomorrow, but call that a fix. Alright, so right now the vehicle is up and running again. I'm gonna probably hold it for a few more hours, and then I will call the client in the morning and just confirm that, you know, what I found and all is well. There's no crank coat. There was no check light. It was nothing. It wasn't the compression. It wasn't anything. It was just a faulty wiring installation that was causing this no crank, well, crank no start on the crank sensor. Right, I was getting RPM on the scan tool. I was seeing the tach moving, so it was sometimes it was getting a signal and sometimes it wasn't, because the jack was basically wasn't secure properly. So what I did was just redo the pin, replace the jack, and car is up and running again. So let me just shut it off. Alright, so I'm going to sum this up to be faulty connection. Right, vehicle crank starts again. So yeah, it's late in the night, just trying to get this out. So thanks for watching. I hope you like what you saw. You know, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell me where I went wrong, where I can improve, if I did well or not. Right, as I said, I did mention to the client that let me do my checks first, before they do anything. Right, they were supposed to bring in a tow truck, but when they went out this morning, not this morning, when they went out, they was able to start the vehicle on his own and drove it to me. And that's why I told her, let me do some checks before they do anything, but they decided to replace the sensors anyway. So right now we got the new, well, the crank sensor is new, the cam is a used one. Right, they say let's replace it anyway because they don't want to have no issues. And then the car is like 148,000 kilometers on it, so they say let's change it out and done. Right, so I just wanted to show how I do my checks first. Right, confirm that it is a pull down circuit. Right, make sure I get all my pulse and ground, make sure it wasn't an ECU issue, make sure that it wasn't a sensor issue. I mean, I didn't do that thoroughly. I could have started the car and make sure it's, you know, put the scope and all that, but that wasn't necessary because as I went to the crank sensor, which I did highlight to them, could be the possibility, which was the main issue, became the main issue. Sorry. Yeah, they decided to go on and buy their own part. Right, I checked for, when I went to the vehicle, I checked for spark, I checked for fuel, I cleaned the mass airflow, and it wasn't like that, you know. It wasn't no battery issue or anything like that. It was basically, I told them it had to be the crank sensor, but where the vehicle was parked, it was on an incline, and I was not gonna, you know, work on no vehicle that was parked on an incline. So I suggested they tow it to me, and we could have tried to resolve it, but it started, and then the following morning it didn't start. So that's when I made a recommendation for them to tow it. But it ended up starting anyway, so it, like, basically the harness was just like, you know, wasn't making proper contact. That's why I summed it up to be. Right, so yeah, take it easy.